we spent all this time trying to figure out how to take this thing and break it down into a factored form, which is a bunch of parentheses. And now we're going to do the check. So this is the part where I get to remind you of how to like foil, I hate that phrase, but I'm going to use it, foil something out and show you that this expression that's broken up as two separate parentheses that are multiplied together do in fact equal the thing we started off with. And I'm going to also use this opportunity to remind you guys that when we factor something, the whole idea of factoring is we start with this, and once it's factored, it's written as a bunch of parentheses that are multiplied together. Now you might remember from freshman year multiplying stuff like this out, and the basic idea is everybody in this parentheses has to multiply everybody in this parentheses. And so teachers use this phrase foil when it's, two in each thing to help kids remember what's happening, but really I would prefer you guys just think about this as like a kind of like a glorified distributive property, like we were doing in the Pear Deck. So what I mean by that is I'm going to just focus on this very first term of this first set of parentheses, and I'm going to multiply everything in the second set of parentheses by this term. In my head, what I'm thinking about is taking that 2x in that first set of parentheses and distributing it all to the x plus 3. So I'm going to do this guy times this guy. That's going to be 2x squared. I'm going to do this guy times this guy. That's going to be 6x. So I did 2x times both of these things. So I'm done with this. Now, I'm going to move to the next term in this set of parentheses, this 1, and I'll do the same thing. I'm going to take this 1, and I'm going to distribute it to everything in the x plus 3. So that'll be 1 times x, which is just x, and 1 times 3, which is, of course, just 3. I wish I'd used a different color there. So there, I just used a different color instead. And then, of course, we're going to look at this expression here, and if we see any things that are alike, we're going to combine them. I do want to remind everybody that like terms means same variable and also same power on that variable. So we're not going to combine x's with x squareds. They're not alike. One's an x and one's an x squared. But these fellas certainly are alike. So once I combine all of my like terms, you'll see I have a 2x squared. These combine to make 7x. Plus 3. So I know that my answer, this is my answer. I know that it's correct because I've just shown that if I take this 2x times both of these things and this 1 times both of these things and I multiply this out, I get this original thing back again. And that's the whole point of factoring something. It's just two different ways to say the same expression. One way is like a standard form. This way is a factored form. They're the exact same, just said differently. And I know this is correct because when I multiply 2x times these and 1 times these, I got this back again. It's a good feeling to check it and see that it's right. I really think if you try it, you'll agree.